Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court has got an unexpected challenge from the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, on Tuesday. The IPOB leader requested Justice Nyako to step down from his trial due to a loss of confidence in her ability to remain impartial. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, asked the court to delay the trial, citing Kanu's unpreparedness. But surprisingly, Kanu interrupted Ejimako, expressing no confidence in Justice Binta Nyako and requesting her recusal. In a surprising move, Justice Nyako agreed to withdraw from the case, stating she couldn't continue with the trial where the defendant lacked confidence in the court. Following this development, Kanu made further revelations about his case. Take a look.
I want to let the whole world understand something very, very clear. In all this is the judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it, page? What is that again? Where it says all these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me.
Okay.
They kept switching the charges. Yes. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? Yes. I made a broadcast in England. Yes. And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London in the United Kingdom. Yes. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. They removed it. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. They removed that long. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Yeah, based on that, they removed London. Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where all these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
You've asked Justice Binta to recuse herself. Yes. Do you have that time on your hands for the case to go to the CEJ for it to be reassigned to another judge?
As long as justice will be done at the end of the day. That's what bothers me. For justice to be done. I cannot be tried in violation of a key provision of the Constitution of Nigeria, Section 36. It's as simple as that.
But now she's saying the part of the topic I'm making reference to was a contributory statement by one of the justices.
The Constitution of Nigeria says any determination made by the Supreme Court is binding on a lower court. So I was actually surprised that a high court have refused to obey or abide by the determination of a Supreme Court judgment.
And then take the only part that is against him and then refuse to apply the part that is in favor of him.
This cherry picking of what was contained in the Supreme Court judgment is what I'm against. Yes, that's correct. It should be implemented holistically. Yes. I'm not against facing any trial. After all, I'm innocent, so they have not been against me. But there cannot be any trial when key sections of the Constitution and a key Supreme Court judgment has been violated by a court of law.
So you'll be patient for the case to go back and come back to the court?
This is my 4th year in solitary confinement in detention. The 5th year will not kill me.
Sorry, what of it is...
We have many of that.
Mr. Kanu, one last question. One last question. In reference to what she has asked you earlier, Justice Binta made it known that she's one of the senior judges in this court.
Yes.
What if...
And I have respect and love for her. She knows.
What if this case comes back to her? Because she said no other person...
It is not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Thank you very much.
This development adds a new layer of complexity to Kanu's ongoing trial, which has been ongoing since 2015. Kanu faces 7 charges of terrorism and treason, all of which he denies. Kanu's request for Justice Nyako's recusal also stems from her alleged failure to obey the Supreme Court orders. This perceived bias led Kanu to question the fairness of the trial under Nyako's jurisdiction. Now let's have a look at some comments from Kanu's lawyers.
We tried our best as his legal team to advert the attention of the court, call the attention of the court to the infirmities in the proceedings. The constitutional infirmities, very serious, very grievous constitutional infirmities that are militating against preparing him for fair trial. In particular, the breach, the flagrant breach of Section 36, rights to fair hearing, which were not being properly addressed by the court. We wanted those infirmities to be removed, those features, those things that are making it impossible for this trial to proceed fairly to be removed before Kanu could be put to trial. But my lord, the court was very reluctant to do that, and the court was blinded by some reasons in its wisdom to proceed with the trial when Nnamdi Kanu has not been given the opportunity with his counsel, team of counsel, to prepare him for this trial at detention facility, DSA detention facility. So we felt this is unconstitutional, but the court was blinding itself to that. So our client had no choice than to express himself. That is his constitutional right. And remember that historically the Supreme Court had questioned the impartiality of this very court. So today it appeared that the Supreme Court was right after all.
After a lot of argument from the prosecution, my lord stood by Nnamdi Kanu and recused herself. So the case file has been minuted back to the Chief Judge for reassignment of further directive. So that is the situation for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister. As we would also want to know, so far we learned that arrangements were made to making sure Nnamdi Kanu's health was hacking to. So how far have they gone in that effect?
Well, the doctor wrote a letter to the Director General of the DSS a couple of weeks back, requesting that Nnamdi can be brought to his facility for proper medical attention. Unfortunately, they sat on it until the former director was removed and the new Director General has come in. So with the coming in of the new Director General, they invited us yesterday to have a meeting with their doctors and investigators. And at the end of the day, it was agreed that Nnamdi Kanu should be taken to the doctor's place for proper medical evaluation. So hopefully by next week, Wednesday, Thursday or thereabout, they should be able to take him to the doctors to look at his health. Because health, above all this thing happening around, health matters. It's only somebody who is alive, that can actually stand trial. Yeah. So he needed his health to be top notch so as to be able to stand trial. So the cumulative effect is that by next week, God willing, they are going to take him to the hospital for proper medical attention.
Okay, Barrister, as a representative of Nnamdi Kanu,
Yes.
and by extension, the indigenous people of Biafra, what do you have to, to tell them in this very situation?
Well, what I have to tell them is that the battle is still on for the freedom of the people, for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. The battle is still on. You see, this battle is not a one-faced battle. You are going to face this battle from all directions, both legally, politically, and or in any other way. So legally speaking, the battle is still on. We just had a brief break now. By God's grace, once the Chief Judge comes back, as I understand he's not on seat, once he's back, he's going to look into the case file and possibly reassign it to another judge for trial. But if he doesn't do that, then he might as well take the case up by himself. He's a judge, and then listen to it, and try. So I am urging all Biafrans, all lovers of freedom, our clients, to please be focused, stand still. In the Bible, they say God said to the people of Israel, stand still and see how my Lord will walk. So let us stand still and see how God will work for us. So by the grace of God, The legal team is focused and determined to pull this through. So we believe that our clients too will be determined and strong and focused to assist us in getting the justice that Nnamdi Kanu and indeed all of us deserve.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
so
you.
In essence, the next adjourned date is synodal.
There is no date now.
Okay, all right.
Until the chief judge assigns the case, then hearing notice will be served on all parties.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Kanu, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, was initially arrested in 2015 during President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. However, a significant turn of events occurred on October 13, 2022, when the Court of Appeal in Abuja ruled that Kanu's extraordinary rendition to Nigeria was a blatant breach of the country's extradition treaty and a violation of its fundamental human rights. As a result, the court dismissed the terrorism charges filed by the Nigerian government and ordered Kanu's release from the State Security Service facility. Despite this, the government refused to release Kanu. And now the Attorney General appealed, and the Supreme Court overturned Kanu's acquittal on December 15th, ordering his trial to continue at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Today, Justice Binta's withdrawal from Kanu's case has significant implications for the judicial process. Inevitably, the withdrawal will lead to further delays in Kanu's trial. This will prolong the resolution of the federal government's case against Kanu, potentially fueling tensions and uncertainty. The case file will be forwarded to the chief judge for reassignment. The new judge may require time to familiarize themselves with the case, potentially leading to additional delays. Also, Kanu's supporters may view Justice Nyako's withdrawal as a victory, which could bolster IPOB's morale and potentially embolden the agitation for Biafra independence. Moreover, Justice Nyako's decision to withdraw this case underscores her commitment to upholding judicial integrity. Kanu's allusion of page 13 of the Supreme Court judge, which contained insinuations of Justice Binta's bias, could mean that the judge had acted on the apex court's decision. This move demonstrates her willingness to prioritize impartiality and maintain public trust. The withdrawal also draws attention to the judiciary's role in high-profile cases, emphasizing the need for transparency and accountability. The chief judge will assign a new judge to oversee Kanu's trial, and this appointment will be closely watched, with expectations of impartiality and fairness. As the case proceeds, it is crucial to prioritize judicial integrity, transparency, and accountability. The next step will shape the trajectory of Kanu's trial, IPOB's agitation, and maybe Nigeria's democratic landscape. Thanks a million for joining me. I'm Tochukwu Raphael, speaking for Diaspora Digital Media.